Well, I wanted to do this project for a long time because Purim is the happiest Jewish holiday, and we spend a lot of time getting ready for Purim and celebrating Purim, emphasizing not only the reading of the Megillah, but also having a carnival and making hamantashen and doing all the fun things around Purim. But at the end of the day, Purim is all about reading the story of Esther. And I was looking for a way to help ground the congregation and particularly our students in the story of Esther and to produce a Purim book that would almost be like the Passover Haggadah, where families would read it at home in preparation for the holiday, and our knowledge as a community of the actual story would be deepened. And that was my long-term motivation, but knowing that Purim comes with other elements, I realized it couldn't just be a book, it would have to be an illustrated book, and ultimately it would also have to become a scroll. And that has been sitting with me for a very long time, and about a year ago, I found the right partner, and we started working on it. I really didn't have to look for an artist because I knew who my partner was going to be from the very beginning, in the sense that Marlene is here at the synagogue with her family, has done so many projects, not only with the museum and our artist collaborative, but with the school, and was very tuned into the culture of J-Quest, our religious program. I also have a great deal of her art, both here in my office and as well as in my home. I've obtained a number of things. I try to buy them, but she usually tries to give them to me. And I love her art, and I just felt that she would have the right approach to illustrating Purim so that it would be fun, interesting to kids, but also accurate in the sense it would convey a Jewish story in a Persian setting. So it was real easy, and asking was easy because I didn't finish the question when she said yes.
The major challenge for me was repeating the characters in the different illustrations to make them look like the same characters, close enough, but there were a lot. That was my most challenging part. And then just trying to get the positions of the figures, expressing the words that Rabbi, had in the text. Like, he made it easy because he gave me suggestions of what the illustration could be, and I used that as my guide. And then I looked at a lot of resources, but then at the one point I put everything away and it all came out of my head. But then I would look at the other previous illustration for the next illustrations to see if I'm getting the right color and the right hair and expressions.
In developing our Megillah, there were two distinctive parts. The art side of it belonged entirely to Marlene. My job was to develop the text, to retell the story, and I wanted to rewrite the original scroll of Esther in a way that it was family friendly. I removed some of the more difficult Persian names, and very importantly, I added the name of Haman as many times as I could into the story so that when the kids hear it read, they could boo and hiss more often. So those are features of the story. I also put a glossary in the book for those unfamiliar with some of the specific Hebrew terms that come along with the telling of the Purim story.
And it was fun because we got to read the story and use the scroll this year at Purim.
And as best I can tell, it worked. We did it several times with different groups, and the kids had their books open and they were reading and listening and booing and stamping their feet, and it was just a wonderful celebration and a wonderful feeling.
I feel I love to make work that is assemblage and 3D as well, and I really think that I want to the design elements that I've used. I think that they're going to play a lot in my own painting and printmaking, and I love the embellishing, and I want to try to do that more.
In closing, I want to say that the way this worked out, it's really my last major art project here at KI. I've been rabbi here for 21 years, and I wanted to end that work on a happy and celebratory note. And what could be better than creating our very own Knesset Israel Megillah? So I'm happy and I'm satisfied that we were able to produce something as magnificent as this scroll, which can be our synagogue scroll, and a book that will be in every home of every member of our congregation.